Welcome to the Eat Your Elephant podcast. This podcast is here to help you to conquer your big goals. Because the big things in your life that you want to accomplish and achieve, they're going to take more than one step. And this podcast is here to help you develop the right mindset, to take the actions, to keep moving forward and making progress towards your big goals. That way, you can guide your life to go in the direction that you want it to go and enjoy it too. I'm your host, Nick Mazie. Let's get started. Hello there. Glad you're here and joining in. That must mean that you're ready to conquer some of your big goals. That's awesome, because that's what this podcast is all about. And right now, we're in the middle of a series all about developing that bright mindset, one that can be helpful, one that can to make the actions that you have to take a little bit easier, a little bit more enjoyable, that can help you to keep you moving forward, making progress, and all that good stuff. If you missed any of the previous episodes, no worries. You can find them wherever you're listening to this episode. If it's online on my website at nickmazie.com, they're all there with the blog posts with each one, or on whatever app you're using to listen to a podcast. Just click on a previous episode and listen to it. And above all else, after you listen to it, take the actions. Do what's necessary to implement some of the stuff that we talk about. That way you can get the benefit too. And especially if you're getting some benefit out of the stuff that we talk about, please rate and review this podcast. That way other people can find it and get some benefit too. Thank you for that. And today we're talking about choosing your mindset through your successes and your progress. Because you can use your successes to have more of them. A strong belief in yourself can be a huge help to achieving your goals. That helpful mindset isn't just knowing kind of at an intellectual level that it's possible for you to succeed. The mindset we're looking for is one where you know your success is clear. With certainty, you can say, all I have to do is take the steps to get there, and I can achieve this. So today, we want to develop that mindset where you can achieve your goals. You can take the steps needed to succeed, and that you are capable. Your success and your progress that you've had so far can help you. So today's two scenarios have to do with Joe and Sally. Joe's working very hard to make improvements in his life. He's trying to reduce his debt and save money. He's been eating better and getting a little exercise. Joe works very hard to make his life better. But he is exhausted. No matter how hard he tries or how much he does, there's still more to do. And that's just exhausting to him. Most of the time, Joe ends up thinking about how much further he needs to go and all the steps he still has to take. Joe feels like he can't catch a break and feels like giving up. Sally is also working very hard to improve areas of her life. She's saving her money. She's trying to eat better and get some exercise too. Sally's working hard toward her goals and feels tired sometimes. Well, physically, she feels tired most of the time, but she knows that she's made some great progress. There's still a lot of road in front of her, toward her goals. But at the same time, she's come a long way from where she started. She gets a little extra energy each time she thinks about how far she's come. And the work that she needs to do seems a little bit easier, a little bit lighter, and a little bit shorter, because she reminds herself of the progress that she's made so far and how far she's come from where she started. So what about your successes? What successes have you had so far? Okay, now this might sound a little backwards, thinking about your successes, when we're trying to talk about setting goals and moving forward. Shouldn't we just be thinking about moving forward and looking that direction too? Well, yes, but this entire series is all about developing that right mindset that's going to be helpful. And when your past successes can help you to develop that mindset that's going to be of a benefit so that you can achieve your goals and take the actions necessary to make them happen. Too much focus on what we haven't done, the steps that you need to take, what's left on your to-do list, too much focus there, it can be defeating. You'll end up seeing and focusing on the challenges ahead and forget all that you've already done. When you accomplish something, don't you feel good, for a moment afterwards? Well, I do. For a little bit, you can even have that feeling that you can accomplish anything. That's awesome. That I got this kind of mindset. It's that, well, if I could do that, whatever that past success was, then I can do this. in whatever is upcoming that you need to do. And that kind of mindset can help keep you moving forward and overcoming those future challenges because you see the success that you've had so far. And this isn't just about big successes or things that you've accomplished and finished. This can be the progress that you're making right now. When you're moving toward that goal, whatever goal you're working on right now, the little bit of progress that you've had so far, that's the success. That is success. Progress is success. It's not final, but then again, most successes really aren't final either. So look at the progress that you've had too. See that as success. If you've made a little bit of progress, then you can make a little bit more. That mindset is going to help you to continue to achieve those things, take the steps necessary, and overcome the challenges in front of you because you've overcome the challenges behind you. So that's a powerful thing right there. So how do you remind yourself? Well, you can write them down. You can write down the past successes that you've had. A lot of journaling techniques encourage this. You're just writing down something that you did that was good, that was positive, some progress that you made. You can see them in your mind. This could be even doing a little bit of a visualization technique. And a short little visualization is something that I do in my mindset exercise that I do regularly, and it's helpful. It's a wonderful way to see the success that you've had to give you that little mental boost. You can say them out loud. You can say your successes out loud. Now, if there's a whole bunch of people standing around you, that might be a little bit weird. But taking a moment to yourself to remind yourself, audibly, out loud, of the successes you've had so far can be helpful. And yes, it might sound a little hokey, but some of that hokey little woo-woo stuff, it's funny, but it works sometimes. And here we're all about making the progress that you need to make and doing what's necessary, and that might require doing something a little funny. But you can remind yourself out loud about the success and the progress that you've made so far. Or you can just think about them. As long as it's something that you hold in your mind, then it can help your mindset. Toward the end of this series, we'll dive more into how to really implement a lot of this stuff so that it can help shape your mindset. But I wanted to give you a little bit right there of writing things down, seeing them in your mind with a little bit of visualization, saying them out loud, and thinking about them. Okay, now there's a note that I need to make, and I'm going to make it in this episode, and that's watch out for your words. See, this one is particularly about the successes that you've had and the progress that you've made to help be able to overcome the challenges and struggles that you may be facing or the things left that you have to do. Thinking about the successes and progress can help you to just knock those things out. But watch out for your words. Because no matter how great that I can do this mindset is, when you talk about the struggles and the challenges that you're still facing, the things that you need to do, how difficult something might be, even if you're just talking to a friend, and they're trying to be supportive, the more you talk about the struggles and challenges, the more you talk and think about and focus all about the extra things that you have to do, the bigger it can become. A key part of this whole mindset is the things that we focus on become bigger. So we don't want to focus on the struggles and the challenges. Maybe from just an objective point of view, hey, this is what I need to do, make a plan and take some action. But the more you stay focused and thinking about the struggles and the challenges, the bigger they will seem and the smaller your successes and progress will seem. So watch out for your words. The ones you say, the ones you think, they have power. So make sure to use your words and your thoughts to your advantage and not your detriment. And that way you can conquer your goals one bite at a time. Well, thanks for listening to the Eat Your Elephant podcast. I hope you're enjoying this series. Honestly, I'm loving it. It's great that you're listening, but do something with this information that you're listening to. All right? And thank you for listening. Take care, and I'll talk to you again in the next episode of this series.